Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is ILR3 on the Xbox side, and we are at round number 8 at the Circuit Paul Ricard for the French Grand Prix. France did return to the roster last year for Season 4 of ILR. It wasn't on the calendar last season, so it's great to be back in Paul Ricard where the drivers will be racing today. So as you probably noticed, I'm the only commentator for ILR3 this week, as Jack is filling in for Tier 2, because obviously the Tier 2 streamer is filling in for Tier 1. So yeah, you just got me in the commentary box by myself, which is alright because I've done it a few times this season, so it's all good. So we got 17 drivers, not quite a full lobby tonight, but better than nothing, eh? As I'm currently riding on board with Revolution, who is going to be the first person to cross the line. And I've just heard something very interesting. Now, from what I've been told, it's going to be similar conditions in qualifying to what I've experienced, but a lot sooner. It's going to be a dry start to the quali, and then towards the end, it's going to rain in qualifying, apparently. Knowing Matty, he might be lying. Well, knowing Hamilton, but we don't know. But it might be. I don't know. But that will bring a spanner in the works. So people will have to get their laps pretty quickly, because otherwise their laps will be lost, really. So to be honest, it might be a very short qualifying, depending on when the rain is going to come. So it's going to come potentially, I think it's 4 minutes before the end. So it maybe they still be on slicks anyway. So it probably won't make a difference, but that means we won't get a shot to the end for qualifying on who's going to get pole. So yeah, just to let you know on that one. So let's go on board with Revolution as he just goes past turn 1 now. Going towards, he had a little bit of a slide there. That probably didn't help him a little bit there as he approaches the next turn. He extended a little bit going through turn 3, then going on to turn 4. There's yellow flags everywhere. I think there's people trying to move out the way. Oh no, it doesn't look like it's going to be a validated lap, because it doesn't look the best of laps, I believe. But we'll just see how he approaches this start-finish straight. This is one of the DRS straights on the circuit as he brakes just before the 50-meter board. And he approaches that corner right. And it's very tricky, some of these corners, actually. Most people in the chat don't like France. So yeah, apologies if my voice sounds a bit deeper than usual. My voice is playing up. I've got a bit of a cold. So excuse me if I sound deeper than usual. But, you know, we should be alright with that one. Hopefully you can put up with me on that. So as he just goes past turn 12. Now, I was racing last night in ILR8 and turn 12. I don't know why. It may be due to the setup I was running at the time. Turn 12 is the most trickiest corner ever known to man for me on this circuit. It may be due to the fact that I've set the setup so bad. I don't know, but we'll see. Revolution comes across the line. It's a banker time of a 1:33.2. Just seeing if anyone else is in sector 3 now who could potentially be on the lap. Now, Expert Almond is... Nope, I think he's had his lap invalidated. Joker's just going past sector 3 now, as he's on the hard as well. Let's see if he can set a faster lap on the hard tyres. Now, the strategy for tonight is... Well, there's a mixture of strategies, to be honest. I thought it wasn't feasible to do this strategy, but some people last night did soft to hards and made it work. So a potential soft to hards maybe on the cars, or soft medium to hard. Some people said, oh, soft to mediums will be the best strategy. I'm like, no. I don't think that would work. I don't know. Has anyone tried soft to medium here? I don't know, but we'll see. So I think Bibbins comes across the line now. Not many people have set validated laps yet, which is, I think, kind of expected. And I think it's one of those tracks as well where we'll see a lot of penalties. As Button set a faster lap on the hard tyres, 1:33.2. I think 131s is what we could expect today for this tier. Possibly 130s, we'll see. But as Bibbin comes across the line and it is a 135.5. Yep, that's invalidated for him. As anyone on a validated lap will see Street Gamer, last week's race winner, who did a really sterling job last week, actually. I was very relieved that he won. He's still quite shocked himself, to be honest. As he comes across the line now, 131.1. So the first person into the 131s already, he's already improved by 2 seconds. And he's already trying to cut the corner so he could get back into the pits in time. I think you are allowed to do that, but I am not sure about that. But we'll see. But, you know. And it's going to be anyone's call on who's going to win the race tonight, because we may see a bit of a shake up the order if it's going to rain. It doesn't look like it's going to rain at the end of qualifying. It's very sunny. It doesn't look, because if it is going to rain, I thought it would be overcast or something. So yeah, Hamilton's probably lying, but yeah, and already Barry saying, oh, Hamilton's probably lying too. So luckily it's not just me that thinks that, but possibly Hamilton will possibly prove me wrong and say, oh, it actually is going to rain. Oh, God. So, everyone is going to dive it into the pits now. Now, I would go and check the standings now, but I usually get the standings before I stream. But the standings weren't ready, obviously, because, obviously, Steerage had work, so he didn't have time to do it in time for me. So, it's fine, but I will basically... We could, if I know, because last night's race when I was commentating ILR3 was really good, especially in the midfield. So I expect we can see some closer action in the midfield tonight, especially since there's no line as well. No line also makes it tricky around this track. And edited form could be on a lap as well, maybe. He's running out of fuel, so he might be diving into the pits, not entirely sure. Obviously, he's in a Mercedes. And he is, yeah, he's probably run out of fuel. And he's probably, yeah, he's actually going out for, I think this will be his only lap, unless he has enough fuel for his in-lap. We'll have to wait and see. He comes across the line now. It is a 1:31.5. That pushes him P2 at the moment. Good banker lap from edited form then. And I think Bibbin's still out on the hard tyres, but luckily he managed to set a lap anyway. But luckily you could go for a couple of laps on the hard tyres anyway without affecting your race pretty much. It also does depend on where you qualify as well, because if you qualify in the top 10, you will have to start the race on the tyre you set your fastest lap on, which can prove to be very intriguing if there's a threat of rain at the end of the qualifying. And I'm just going to check, actually. Is it a dry race? I think it is a dry race. Yeah, it is a dry race. So it will be the normal strategy today. So luckily the drivers will be relieved that it's going to be a dry race. So I'm quite relieved myself, to be honest, because otherwise I'll be like, oh, what's the strategy? It's really hard to figure out the strategy if it rains all the time. But it has rained quite a lot last night in the PS4 tiers. I think most of the time it was during qualifying. But it is getting quite dark, actually. It is not as sunny as it was. So maybe Hamilton might be right. But I don't think it will be the right time for inters if it gets to be raining. But we'll see. As Matt DJ is on his out lap. Steerage is on a lap as well. And yeah, I think it's his lap time. Actually, no, he's on a flyer, actually. Let's go on board with someone who's actually doing a hot lap. So, as he just goes past turn 1 and 2 right now, as he kisses the curb a little bit, goes into turn 3, goes to the right-hand side, then to the left for turn 4. Then approaching turn 5, then going to the left once again. Then to turn 6, almost to the right a little bit, and then through to turn 7. The first DRS straight of the course then, really putting the power. This reminds me of Blanchemont, where you can really go in for best use curb and apex on exit here to get the best possible exit into turn 8 and 9. You'll be possibly going through 210 miles an hour here. He had a little bit of a slide around that corner there as he approaches turn 10 now. Before seeing you're going 200 miles an hour here and going down into 5th into turn 11, which is really, really difficult. And then he's going to get a bit of a tow from up in Blazer Guns, who just went off the circuit. Luckily he's moved out of the way. Going through turn 12 now. Yeah, another corner where you have to brake way earlier, which I found out. Then go through turn 3. I thought he was going to dive into the pits there for a minute. That would have ruined my hot lap completely. Goes towards the final corner. It is going to be a banker lap for him. Is it going to be validated as well? That is the question. 1:34.5 for him at the moment. As is Joke on a lap? Oh, okay. Well, I think one thing to watch out for these guys tonight is there was a patch. I think it's in 2 patches ago. I think they changed the France pit, the Paul Ricard pit lane, and some of them haven't raced in France since then. So it will probably catch a few drivers out. So we will watch that. We will watch that to see if it does catch people out. Well, it did catch me out yesterday, to be fair. I was like, I thought because usually the pit lane is on the start-finish straight, but it wasn't. It was way before, so it caught me off guard. So I had to do an extra lap on the hards in the wet. So, yeah, that gave me a bit of a shock for yesterday anyway. So it probably will give some of the drivers a bit of a shock as well. As Daz Lad, who is doing really well in the championship at the moment, as he's also a rival to Street Gamer. He's going to come across the line now. 1:32.2, that puts him in P5 on the hard tyres. Let me just quickly run through the order and see who has set their best lap time on what tyre. So currently on pole position is Street Gamer with a 1:30.3, already miles ahead from the rest of the field. Quite followed closely by Edited Fawn in second place. Decent lap for him. 1:31.5. Those two have set their best lap so far on the soft compounded tyre. Then we have LCR Ben, who set his best lap time on the mediums in third place with a 1:32.028. Closely followed by Expert Almond with in fourth place setting his best lap time on the softs. Daz Lad in fifth place setting his best lap time on the hards. Sixth place ILRT Button setting his best lap time on the medium. Seventh place Revolution. 8th place Bibbin, both of those set their best lap time on the hards. 9th is Hamilton, he's also set his best lap time on the hards. 10th is Oasis, he set his best lap time on the softs. And Steerage in 11th set his best lap time on the hards. No one else has set a lap time yet. So we've got Blazer Guns, Epics, Jack, Joker, Cinema Range and Matt DJ having invalidated lap times at the moment. And looks like Hamilton could be right. Oh, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It is really hard to tell. If it is going to get wet. But I don't think it's going to make any difference, to be honest. Because I think everyone is going to dive it into the pits now. So we're going to get another limbo moment, as it were. It's Bibbin, I believe, on a lap, but he doesn't look like he's faster at the moment. Epics could be on one as well, actually. We'll see. The Ferrari drivers will need to score quite massive here, because they're not doing very well in the constructors in ILR, so in ILR3 anyway. So they really need to improve to do their best, as Epics went into the pits. Joker is on a lap at the moment. Edited Fawn, I believe, is about to go on a flyer, just about. And his teammate Cinnamon Rage, a 1:31.4, that puts him excuse me, that puts him in P2 for now, which is close between him and his teammates. So you can tell that those teammates are pretty much working together. I would do if I was in the same situation, if I wanted to give the tow. The tow could be crucial here, but not as crucial as other tracks. I found it to be a bit more crucial at the last race. Which I believe, I can't remember what the track was last week. I really can't remember. Ugh. I'm having a mind blank. I forgot what the track was last week. And, Oh, it was Canada last week. There we go. It was Canada last week. So, yeah. So we're back to the European portion anyway. So we got France this week, then we got Austria next week, Britain the week after, and then we got the mid-season break. And yeah, I was going to promote something, but it's not related to Xbox, so I won't really promote it. I will promote it in the PS4 stream next week. As I think the race is on a lap. Hamilton, potentially, could be on a lap. He may have been forced to get out of the way, because obviously there was another person on a lap as well. As he's on 4, yep, he's on a lap at the moment. So, loving the helmet from Hamilton this week. And Mustard Tiger said they practiced together, those two Mercedes. I thought so. I had a feeling they were going to practice with each other today. Well, this week. So, I wasn't wrong with that. And yes, Hamilton's lying. There's no rain to be seen. Or it might be just the game telling porcupines. It'll probably come out at the end, knowing me. As Ben has just retired from the session, so he won't be taking part in qualifying once more. But 1:31.8 on the medium is still a pretty decent lap time. So, and he'll be a decent point in terms of the strategy, which means he can go a bit longer on the tyres compared to his soft compatriots. So he could be at a good position as long as he doesn't bottle it in turn 1. As ILRT Button, he's 6/10 better than his previous best, that pushes him to 8th place, but he'll have a chance to go on one more lap potentially. Yes, he's on a lap now, as I think I saw another person retire, and that was Cinnamon Rage. Street Gamer could be on a lap as well. Whoa, look at that. Oh, he's massively cut the corner there. I think he wants to try, he wants to try and get to the start-finish line in time in order to set a final lap in. But, oh, it's going to be a close call, I think, from Street Gamer, but you never know. You never know. As, who else? I'm just seeing who's third on a lap that I could catch. Revolution and Butter on set to 2. Serio's gone past set to 1. He improved quite a bit to a 1:33. He's on the memes at the moment, though. Let me just go back to fitted. There we go. So, you can see, so everyone's either on the soft or on the medium tyres. There's a checker flag has fallen. Will Street Gamer make it in time? Oh, just about. Street Gamer just makes it. So he'll be the last person to cross the line. So I'll be following closely in a minute. Edited Fawn doesn't look like he's going to improve. I don't think Street Gamer needs to go on a lap, to be honest, because it doesn't look like anyone's going to go faster. Apart from Dazzler, we could see a potential improvement from Dazzlad, as he's going to get a good toe from the racing point, actually. And someone asked, what does they mean if they're retired? Well, in qualifying, if they're retired, that means they're either happy with their lap, or like they're not impressed with it and decide to retire, or if they just been it in the wall. Anyway, Dazzler comes across the line. Is he going to get pole position? Is he going to get Street Gamer's time? Ooh, 1:31.4. But puts him in P2, so a big improvement there. Laser Gun's not improving. Steerage, nope, I don't think he's improving either. Epix comes across the line, 1:32. Jack could be on a good, quicker lap here, but he's on the medium tyres. As, obviously, Street Gamer set his best lap time on the soft tyres. So, here comes Jack across the final 2 corners now. He's the only one that can challenge Street Gamer for pole. Can he do it? We'll see. P3 for him. That's a decent lap time. Nope. And looks like, looks like Street Gamer's going to go into the pits knowing that no one else is going to improve. So, which is, I think, wise, to say the least, because I don't want to waste 1 or 2 laps on the tyres knowing that I am going to get pole position. But anyway, well done to Streak. I can't remember how many. And yeah, here comes the rain. Right at the end of qualifying. See? Typical. But that's probably a relief because they were worried it was going to come 3 minutes before the end. But that never happened. So GG game. GG game for lying to us. But anyway, Street Gamer is already so clear of the rest of the field. He's really going to be one to watch throughout this race to see if he can pull away. And he can get a good lead of the championship if he does. 1 second separating. Oh my God, look at Dazlad and Jack. They've set the exact same lap time. Oh my God. But I think since Dazlad set his lap time first, that's why he's in P2. But wow, that's insane. Haven't seen that in ages. I've seen it in F1 2018, but I haven't seen it at all in this game. So, wow. Well done to Dazlad and Jack. So we got Cinnamon Rage in 4th, Edited 4 and 5th, Matt TJ 6th, Ben 7th, Expert Almond 8th, Joker 9th, Revolution 10th, Hamilton 11th, Blazer Guns 12th, Button 13th, Bibbin 14th, Epics 15th, Steerage 16th, and Oasis down in 17th. And Jack is quite shocked that he set the same lap time as Dazlad. I'm still quite shocked too, to be honest. Right, we're about to get this race underway. I hope you're all as hyped as I am for the session. And someone asked me a couple of times, you can't overtake in France. But the drivers who I was commentating on last night proved to me that they can. So, but last night I did see people overtake in the corners that you weren't expecting. I was like, holy moly, how did they do that? And I think biggest shock of the qualifying was Cinnamon Rage got P4, which is a decent qualifying result for him. And that puts him at his best qualifying result of the season, if I'm right. Yeah, I think that must be. So well done to Cinnamon Rage. Props to him for getting a good lap in. Hopefully he could give a same performance for the race. And hopefully he'll try and avoid the carnage that goes on. But he's in a decent position anyway, so he'll try his best. Because he's got decent drivers in front of him anyway. So he's will be someone to watch out for anyway. So like I said, everyone who started in the top 10 will be starting on the tyres they set their fastest lap on. So we got Street Gamer, Cinnamon Rage, Edited Fawn, Expert Almond and Joker on the softs. In the top 10, Dazlad, Jack, Matt, Ben and Revolution on the mediums. And everybody else who was outside the top 10, they decided to go on the mediums. So I think people on the mediums will most likely do mediums to hard strategy. Ones on the soft will probably do soft to hards. But I don't know if 2 stops is faster or not. But we will see. We will see. So, we are about to get underway pretty soon as everyone is starting to warm their tyres up. And it is quite a warm day in France, I must say. It looks pretty humid. Just like Singapore in real life, obviously, the drivers find it hard. I do remember in Austria in real life as well, they found it trickier because it was the hottest it ever was on record. So I wonder if it's going to be the same here. So if you just joined us, welcome to ILR3. We're about to get this race underway. Street Gamer is on pole, Dazlad second, Jack third and Cinnamon Rage fourth and Edited Fawn in 5th place. So, get your predictions in the chat on who you think is going to win the race. I don't think I predicted qualifying. I'm always scared to predict something because usually the ones that I predict always bottle it and it's usually my fault. So, there we go. As we got Gregor Cannon in the chat as well, so nice to see you supporting the drivers today. Time for me to have a quick sip of the drink. There we go, that's better. Before we start. So I think we're just waiting for the last drivers to get on. Oh, there's a big gap there. As I think a lot of people are taking a longer time to warm up their tyres, but it will benefit them in the race anyway. So the last few drivers are lining up on the grid. We'll never hear the end of it if it goes wrong. Yes, indeed, Mustard. Yes, indeed. Anyway, the 5 red lights are about to come up on your screens right now. 5 red lights, and we are underway here in Paul Ricard. And looks like Street Gamer has gone off to a very decent start. Edited Fawn has just got past his teammate Cinnamon Rage off to a really bad start, already dropping way down the order, down into 6th place. Jack and Dazlad still managing to get their corner. One person has had a very good start. It's Matt DJ. Meanwhile, his teammate Joker has had an awful start. He's already dropped way down the order. He's had a spin in turn 2, I think. He's dropped it down into 17th. I think Stuart had a bit of an issue as well, as the Racing Point manages to get past him as well. But apart from that, no major troubles from the drivers so far, as Matt, the biggest gainer so far in the opening few corners. Jack going to try and see if he can get past Dazzler, but couldn't quite do it at the moment. He'll probably have a better chance on possibly on this next straight coming up here as well. The top 4 incredibly close at the moment. You can also see in the background the Racing Point and the Ferrari having a battle as well, as we also got the McLaren going to try and go around the outside of the Ferrari there. Button almost making a mistake there, making a slide, as all Expert Alman and Blazer Gun taking a similar line there, and Button is like, see you later, I'm having that move, thank you very much, and that is what he's going to try and do. As the Blazer Guns and as Blazer Guns spun again, they might have had contact with Expert Almond or one of the other Racing Points. He's down to 17th now, and he's out of the session. I think that makes it 8th retirement in a row. He hasn't got any points yet at all this season, which is a shame. But hopefully he can recover next week, as we're already on lap 2 of 27. Epic's moving up the field in the other Ferrari, up into 10th place. So a decent start for the Ferrari drivers. Hamilton is already on the back of Cinnamon Rage, but look at Button. Button is already fighting as well for P9. Any points here in Poor Card can make the difference in the championship, especially if you're fighting for certain positions in the championship. We'll see where Hamilton is now. I think they dropped a little bit in these few corners there because it is very tricky. Meanwhile, Expert Almonds in the same corner, going to try and go around the outside. Can he make it stick from the Ferrari? Ferrari getting a switchback up into 10th, but he made a bit of a mistake there. Expert Almonds is going to fight back for P10 for the points position, and he does it. Epics is also going to have another challenge again, possibly, maybe. I did see another Racing Point go wide. That might have been a waste. No, it's not a waste. It's Expert Almond again. As we probably might see a few people going to the pits a lot earlier than usual because they go wide. Because just okay, so Expert Almond has had a spin, and that's gonna really have damaged his tyres, and I think he might be forced to go on to the 2-stop strategy, I think, because I don't think those softs are going to last what he was intended to anyway, because if you go on the blue bit, then you're in trouble. If you go on the red bit, you're even in more trouble. So anyway, Street Gamer still leads, but Dazlad still managing to hold on to that gap, 7/10. Street Gamer is not dropping away massively, so that is decent, and I think Jack is also keeping a dissimilar gap to Dazlad as well. And we just received our first penalty of the session, and that goes to Expert Almond. He received multiple warnings, so I did see him corner cut a little bit today, so not really that surprised, as Hamilton has just made his way past him and raged for P7. Good move for him. We can also see a fight going up in front as well for P4 between Ben Edited Fawn and Matt DJ. I think Edited Fawn is closer to Matt than Ben is to Edited Fawn, but Ben getting a good start. Meanwhile, for the Supercharge Award, because Jack will probably go mad if I don't mention it, Supercharge Award goes to Epics for gaining 5 positions, so well done to him, as the 12 or so of Ben goes around the outside and he goes up into P5. Here he goes, well done to him so far. Button dropping down another position, down into 10th. That gets Epics down up another position, up into 9th place. So definitely Supercharge Award goes to him. Jack setting the fastest lap so far. And someone just asked in the chat, do I race myself? Yes, I do race myself. I do race in PS4. But don't ask how I'm doing in the championship, because I'm doing absolutely horribly. But there we go. That's why I'm in the bottom tier on PS4 and not the top guys like in Xbox. But anyway, already to Fawn getting a penalty there. I was running on board with him. I didn't actually see where he cut the corner there. That might have been a different place than normal, but we'll see anyway. As Ben is going to have another chance on Matt this time. Ben, what a move from the Toro Rosso driver. Ben now up into P4 on this race so far. He's up 3 positions. He's about 2.5 seconds behind Jack RT now. But Matt is going to give him another chance as well there. They still got similar grip on those tyres. Both of them keeping absolutely clean. They might have got warnings that I've not seen from them, but I'll have to wait and see anyway. As Matt's still holding on to the back of them. So it Edited Fawn too. Edited Fawn could look at them at this very moment. And looks like Ben almost disconnected there, but luckily it was just a moment they had. So thankfully he is back to normal. As here comes Edited Fawn round the back of these two. And Hamilton is not that far behind as well. As Revolution's left the session, hopefully we can get him to join back. I can't invite people, sadly. It won't let me. It will only let me if I'm in the party with them. But obviously I don't go in the party with the drivers before the race. Because it, you know, sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. But anyway, Hamilton on the back of, possibly back on this as well. Revolution has joined, thank goodness. I think someone must have invited him back into the session, or he might have had a spare invite. Knowing him, he's probably had a spare invite, so I think that's a relief for him. So, a Street Gamer. Oh, Street Gamer's lost it there. Oh, what's happened to Street Gamer there? I didn't see that coming. He might have made a little bit of a mistake. He might have went a bit wide somewhere, but that's it down in P3 now. Not sure he's got damage at all. But that means Dazlad is in the lead with Jack in second. So Dazlad managing to stay out of trouble. So he was I didn't see that move. I do apologise. But there we go. Dazlad in the lead. I told you. When I say people that want to watch, they go and bottle it like that. So Street Gamer, how could you? Only joking. I know that. I hate when I jinx people. I thought I was going to get away with it today on this stream, but nah. Nah, not going to happen. Not going to happen whatsoever. But we'll see if he can try and catch up to these lot, which it is possible. So lap 6 of 27. Still just got a 3-second time penalty. In the next 2 laps, we could potentially see people who are on the soft compounded tyres decide to go into the pits to change onto a set of the hard tyres. I think if they was to go on the memes, they would have pitted now, I think. But we will see. They might prove me wrong. We'll see anyway. Now, apologies if I have to take a few sips this race. It's just, obviously, my throat is feeling a bit dry. But we'll see. So, 1.3 seconds now. Yeah, Street Gamer really is dropping. So, he might have had a bit of minor damage somewhere. Or he might have lost grip on his tyres due to that spin he had earlier. I wonder if Ben is going to catch up to him as well. You can see him in the same camera shot too. As Hamilton's really close to Edited Fawn on this lap as well. So we'll see if he can make the move potential on the start-finish straight. I've noticed DRS is quite powerful around this circuit too. But not as powerful as other tracks. I've noticed, I don't know. Let us know in the comments, in the chat. Where do you think on this game DRS is the most OP? I always find China to be the most OP in DRS as well. Because if someone uses DRS on me, if I don't have it, there's no way I can get past them. There's just no way. They just have much better straight line speed. As we got someone diving into the pits already. That is Cinnamon Rage. As I thought he was going to be. He's probably going on to the hard. Yes, he is going on to the hard compound tyres, which could possibly make it to the end. I did see people do that yesterday, and they did make it to the end there. As LCR Ben He's got Matt still behind him, but he's not able to catch up to Street Gamer, but still in a very decent position up front. So maybe he could use that to his advantage, save his tyres, and then start to push towards the end of his stint in order to change onto the hard tyres where he could be fresh. Let me just check what tyres he started on. He started on the mediums, and so did Matt. So as Hamilton goes past relative form there into turn 8 and now approaching turn 9. So he is up into P6 for now. Is Epic's going to go past relative form as well. Usually I thought there was a DRS straight here, but I found there's not. As Epic's going to go around the inside. Oh, it's a bit of touching. Oh, Epic spun. Epic spun. Oh, I think edited form got away lucky there. I thought edited form was going to get damaged too. But what a shame. Bibbin also struggling as well. Maybe Bibbin might have got caught up in that contact too. Feel gutted for Epics, man. And I'm quite surprised there wasn't a safety car call for that. But we'll see. And someone asked me, how long do the soft last? Not entirely sure because I haven't tried it myself this game. And Stereo gets a 3-second time penalty. But here we go. Epic's into the pits then. Not the time he wants to pit, but he is going to change his front wing and he's going to go onto the hard tyres. We will possibly see him on the softs at the end to try and go for fastest lap to try and see if he can steal the point. Meanwhile, Jack is really starting to catch up to Dazlad. Dazlad and Jack, both rivals in this championship. We can also see Ben and Street Gamer having a battle. Ben has really caught up to Street Gamer. Is Street Gamer struggling? Looks like he is. Ben easily goes past the Haas driver and he's up into a podium position. And look at this, Matt DJ is also on the back of this as well. So Matt in the Red Bull doing very well. As he's going to possibly get a bit of straight line speed here. He's going to kiss the curb a little bit. But I think he decided to back out a little bit. Yes, he did. But he's probably going to try again soon. I think you can see with the different lines that people are taking how difficult turn 12 on this game really is. As we've seen a Haas going into the pit lane, and that is Street Gamer. Luckily, he managed to stop his car in time to avoid a speeding penalty, because otherwise that would have been a disaster, I must say, if he did get a speeding penalty. As Dazlad and Jack still close. We could potentially see moves coming up soon as well, as they all have similar grip. As Expert Almonds have the session. That is unfortunate. Hopefully he can join back soon. Jack's going to get DRS. Is he going to use it to his advantage here? He's looking really fast here. He's in overtake mode at the moment. Can Dazlad defend? I don't know. I think the DRS is too OP on this corner, and Jack is in the lead of this Grand Prix. No challenges there from Dazlad. Oh, Dazlad is lagging just a little bit there. But I don't think they are lagging their end. So otherwise they possibly won't be battling. But I don't think so, because all two of them are showing no bars on my screen. They're just, so obviously if they're showing bars, that means their internet's playing up. But they're showing no bars, which means their internet should be fine. So Dazlad could start to catch up once again then, as he goes just past turn 14. Then I do believe there's only 2 DRS straights here. I think this is the next one. Yes, it is. But I think Jack's a little bit too further back, further forward pace-wise in order for Dazlad to challenge. I think that's why he's hasn't bumped the ERS to what he wants. As I think Jack is on similar ERS mode. Jack's on 74. Dazlad's got more ERS to play with though. He's on 95. So Dazlad doing well to save his ERS, which I think is very important. So Dazlad's still in second. And Revolution's still behind Button as well. So maybe because the Williams doing well in the constructors. They really want to get a good result here. I swear in every race I commentate on in ILR, Williams do very well. Is there a sign that Williams does very well in ILR? Because that could be the potential. That could be the potential. Any Williams fans will be delighted to see this, I must say. Button is going to go past Bibbin with a DRS, and no easy harm done there. Button gets the job done easily. Button up into 7th place. Oh, it's Bibbin has binned it in the wall. He's binned it in the bay. I think that's his front wing gone. Yes, it is. That's definitely his front wing gone. I think it. I'm almost certain his left half. Yeah, no, actually no, it's not his left half. The whole of it is gone. So yeah, he's gonna struggle. Hopefully he'll make his way into the pits. Hopefully he won't give up there. But yeah, that was a massive shunt there. As his teammate Street Gamer goes past. And I think Street Gamer has pitted. He's on the set of the medium tyres. So he's going for a 2-stop, I believe. He thinks the 2-stop is faster. We shall see. Because I thought people would do the 2-stop anyway if they were going to go on the softs. But as we saw a lot more people on that, as a few people going to the pits, as Revolution is in the pits as well. Birin, obviously, he's going into the pits. And but I think it wouldn't have harmed him anyway. So at least he can actually go on to a set of the hard compounded tyres until the end anyway. As we've got Oasis on trying to catch Hamilton now. Still in a reasonable length at the moment, but just still not quite enough to challenge Hamilton at the moment. I think what these guys are waiting for them to do is waiting for the guys to blink on who's going to pit first. Obviously Street Gamer did, but he was on the soft tyres. I think everyone who was on the soft tyres has pitted now. So people are either on the mediums or on the hards at the moment. As I was just saying, oh my god, people can read my mind. Matt goes into the pits. It's Ben. No, Ben and Jack stays out. Dazad's going to see if he can get the undercut then. As here he goes, as he's on the hards. How about Matt? He's on the hards as well. I think the undercut is not as powerful here, as the pit entry going into the pits is shorter than most tracks actually. As here comes Matt out of the pits. I think he's going to go right just behind Street Gamer, I think. So he's still going to be in points position. And I'm almost certain, I already know that the hards are going to go to the end of the race anyway. So, and Steerage getting another 3-second time penalty. So does Edited Fawn as well. I saw a little bit of it. I was wondering what that beat was, but that was my headset, not my mic. So all good, jobs are good, but luckily I can still hear what's going on. Oasis, is he going to challenge Hamilton now? It is his best opportunity now. Is he going to bump the ERS mode into 4th? No. He decided to stay put, but this could have been his good chance, but he didn't want to gamble too much. He didn't want to go into a spin or anything like that. He want to make sure that you score your team decent points, and that is what he is trying to do. And I have seen quite a few speeding penalties as well. LCR Ben in the pits then. Jack still staying out for another lap. So Jack thinks he can go on a bit longer, but I think the undercut will probably be more powerful. So maybe him staying out is probably not a good thing. But we'll see. As always, team weren't ready for him. Oh, nope, it was a glitch again. It was similar to what happened last night when I was commentating on someone. I heard something like that. But anyway, LCR Ben comes out. Street Gamer and Dazad both ahead of him. 3.8 seconds. So Dazad is going to be, I think Dazad will still be the net leader. And all Edited Fawn and Cinema Rage having a battle here. as they almost crossed the pit lane exit line there. As I think a few people are trying to get out of the pits. Hopefully that hasn't harmed them in any way. To be honest, I don't think it has. But, I think Cinnamon Rage had a little bit of a slide there, but luckily he managed to recover it. But here we go. Button is now on the charge on Dazad. I think Dazad has got past Button anyway, which I think he needs to anyway. And if I look at the gap between leader and Dazad, oh, it's gonna be close. It is gonna be absolutely. It's gonna be nail biting. So I think if Jack wants to go out in the lead, he has to pit now, because then he'll be almost certain to go into that. So Oasis comes in. Hamilton stays out as well. Oh, I didn't know the memes. Actually, I do know the memes can last longer than this, because I did that in ILR8 yesterday. I think I managed to take the memes for 16 laps. So, actually no. I didn't do the memes for my first stint. I did the hards. Well, if they were able to push the memes for that long, I was in the completely wrong strategy last night. But there we go. But Matt getting. I think Matt's got his first penalty. I think pretty much. I know Dazad hasn't got any, and Jack hasn't got any. But I think apart from that, everybody else has got penalties. Actually, no. That's Street Game. I know Street Gamer's got one. Yeah, almost certain Street Gamer got one. But we'll see. We will see. So let me just get the interval gap back up so I can see if there's any cheeky battles. The gap is starting to die down a little bit. I think the only battle we could potentially see is either between Enterthorn and Oasis, if Enterthorn catches up to him, and Button and Dazad again on similar tyres. Oh no, it's not looking good for the Ferrari drivers today, as Epix has retired. Oh, and I can see exactly where he's been. Luckily, he is off the circuit, so no safety car required there. So, yeah, I'll just get on board with Sirius so I can see that. So, both Ferrari drivers out of the session then. Hamilton goes into the pits as he's going to go into the hards. Well, actually, no. Can he not? I don't know. Yeah, he's got the team have got hards ready. So, there we go. So, we'll see where he ends up anyway. As Ben is ahead of Hamilton. So is Matt. He's going to be ahead of Oasis, though. That's the crucial thing. Is he going to get the undercut on Oasis? Oh, it's going to be ever so tight. I think just... I thought he had him there. But I think Oasis just pipped into the post there. But my oh my, that was close. And I think we could see something even closer between Jack and Dazad, because the gap is starting to tumble. Dazad is getting faster. Jack really needs to pit now. So otherwise he's going to lose his lead, and he's going to possibly gain a bit more of a deficit as well. As let me just see who are the biggest gainers and the biggest losers so far. So Button has gained 10 places. So has Oasis. Hamilton's gained 3. Ben has it might change after Dazad after Jack has pitted. There we go. Hamilton has gained 3, and Steerage has gained 3. Everybody else has lost positions apart from Dazad, Matt, and Bibbin. Those 3 haven't changed in their starting position. As Street Gamer and Button at Anger Battle. Oh, it's going to be very tight. As I think Street Gamer just had the edge on their Button there. Yes, he does. Ben's not that far behind as well. Ooh, this is going to get very spicy indeed. Oh, this is going to be something I'm looking forward to. As is Bun going to have the run on here? No, he's not. Jack is dropping a bit. I think Dazad is going to be easily comfortably ahead of him now. Because let's just go on board with Jack, actually. You can see Jack really taking things a lot more slower in the corners than he usually does. And that's probably compromised him, and someone said, don't say biggest losers. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to say that. But anyway, Ben is looking racy at the moment. He's going to take the outside line. Is he going to keep to it? Is he going to stick to it? He does stick to it, and he gets the job done. Great stuff from LCR Ben. LCR Ben up into 4th place. Actually, no, it wasn't Street Gamer that won last week. It was Ben who, I don't know. I'm losing track of who won last week. No, it was Street Gamer that won Monaco and Ben that won Canada. That was it. Or it might have been the other way around. Can't remember. I'm losing track on the winners because I forgot to check. Well, I didn't check the standings quick enough. But, lap 17. Now, this race has gone very quickly so far. We've already got 10 laps to go already. Jesus Christ. Now, since I have to go after the stream, there will be no podium interviews tonight. I have to do something straight after the stream that can't wait, sadly. So, yeah, just to let you know, his button is still right behind Ben, so this could be feisty as well. Hamilton's still managing to try and close the gap to Oasis after the pit stop phase. He probably might have more of an advantage due to the fact that he did pit later compared to Oasis, so that will be good for him. Yes, Jack has dropped 3 seconds in the last few laps. Yeah, it's certain that Dad's Lad is going to get ahead of him now, but I think Jack will possibly I wonder if Jack wants to win, or are we just focusing on getting a podium? Predictions. Gonna, I don't know. Tough one to call that. Very tough one to call. No, but I think Hamilton's dropped a little bit from Oasis, 1.5 seconds. It is getting a bit overcast at the moment, so things can change ever so slightly, and weather might play a turn. I don't know. I haven't been told if it's going to rain at the end of the race, but it does look less sunny than it was before, but it might just stay overcast, and that will be it. Jack still stays out. So do you think it is going to rain? I don't know. Because I am going based on the assumption. There's no way. He can't afford to lose too much time, but he can't afford to push either because he could get a puncher. I don't know how. I don't know what the limits are on the medium compounded tyres on this track. I've never tried it myself. I've never want to try it. To be honest, I've never experienced a puncher on this game. Never want to. But I will possibly try it in practice, but I'll never try it in the actual race. Just so I know how long you can push those tyres. But we'll see anyway. I'm still quite surprised that he's still staying out as long as he did. Meanwhile, the two Mercedes guys still fighting, and finally Jack goes into the pits as Cinema Rage has I've almost forgotten there's no DRS here. As here comes Cinema Rage now as he tries to go past. Let's go on board with Dazlad actually, as Dazlad. Oh, it's going to be a close one. Jack is on the soft tyres. He's almost on the pit exit. Here comes Dazlad. Is he going to go ahead of Jack? Yes, he does. Quite comfortably, actually. And I think Jack staying a few laps too long may have haunted him a little bit there. He's now 3.1 seconds behind Jack. But Dazlad. But Jack's on the softs. Maybe he was waiting for that time just so he can go on the soft tyres. Someone did say they could do soft to medium to soft, and I think one of those people said that was Jack. So I wonder if he could make it work, but I know the soft tyres don't last long around here, so it may be a gamble strategy for him. but it may be a good strategy if he gets it right. We'll see. So Jack in second, but he is gaining on him, so it possibly won't come back to bite him. I think, oh Jesus Christ, I almost leant on my wheel there. That would have been an absolute disaster there. But as long as he doesn't go wide in certain places, I think he should try and catch up to them. He's already 1.96 behind Dad's lad already, so yeah. So I think he will be alright. As Joker and Cinnamon Rage are having a little bit of a cheeky battle. Joker up into, I think Joker stays 9th for now. Cinnamon Rage dropping a little bit there. Battle for the point is crucial around here because some people will, I think some people in this tier will be happy just with 1 point. Oh no, Cinnamon Rage making a mistake there. Cinnamon Rage gone wide. That's pushed his, I think Edited Form is now up into 10th place. I'm not going to look at penalties because I know that the battles are going to get, I think, really intense towards the end of the race. So I'm not going to check penalties. It's going to be a surprise here. I think it's going to be a surprise in terms of penalties. But I know a lot of people have got way too many penalties today. But, and I like Cinnamon Rage's helmet as well. Looking good, must say. Oh, it's Jack. I didn't see that. I do apologise. Whilst I was on board with a Mercedes, Jack, I think, managing to take the lead from Dad's lad there. So I think he must have done it in the DRS straight for some reason. But he caught up quite a lot. Sorry I missed that, guys. I do apologise. But it is really hard to commentate on my own. But, yeah, Jack in the lead. So maybe he's played it well. I thought it was going to be a bit of a gamble. But, you know, he might have done it. And if he tries to pull away from Dad's lad, maybe he can save on his tyres and it will get to the end of this race. Get your thoughts in the chat. Will Jack make it to the end on those soft tyres? As Jack's already set the fastest lap. And let me just check. I'm just going to see who got fastest lap before him. I think no one was on the 133s before him. Steerage, I think, is going to try and take the fastest lap away as well. So we could see a bit of a competition. We could see the likes of Cinnamon Rage possibly going fastest lap potentially. If he's outside the points or if he's still closer to the points, he may just want that point anyway. But again, it will depend on penalties. But if I know I've had too many penalties, I know I would challenge that, as I think Expo Alman is still disconnected. I think it's the second race that he's disconnected, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll see. So he's going to try and get past him. And yeah, he's already 3 seconds ahead of him already. So yeah, he's already made up from that deficit earlier than the pit stops. So good job on him. Street Gamer is still going to get a podium. So not all is lost. He's making a very good comeback, I must say. But it is going to be hit or miss on one of those tyres will make it to the end. But we know from Jack that they will. But all the question is, will Ben catch up? Ben, the hards will make it to the end for Ben. But due to the fact that he's on newer tyres and he's going to be on fresher ones as well, Ben is going to catch up on like a hawk on these final few laps. So Ben really wants that podium. He can sense it. Ben can sense it. Ben can feel that the podium is on his shoulders, I must say. So he really wants to try and get that podium. He's already catching up quite a bit, actually. 1.4 seconds. Button goes into the pits then. Is he going to go ahead of... Nope, he's not going to go ahead of Cinnamon Rage or Revolution. But he's going to try and get fastest lap as well. So, Button versus Steerage versus Jack for fastest lap. Who do you think is going to take it, guys? At the moment, it's Jack. So, at the moment, Jack will get the maximum amount of points needed. So, it will be 26 points. Because, obviously, 25 points will be for the win. And then extra point will be the fastest lap if you're inside the top 10. But if you're outside the top 10 like Button is, then no one will get an extra point. But that possibly won't harm Jack anyway. But 1 point can make all the difference between winning or losing a place in the championship. So we'll see as Oasis. I think Hamilton's dropped a little bit from Oasis now, so I think it's a battle between Oasis and Matt DJ, I think, for P6. As again, turn 12 seems to catch people out, and we do have it. Oh, no, Steerage is out. Steerage is out the race then. Where did that happen? Set to 1. Oh, I think I'm trying to see. I'm just going to go on board with someone, but I'm going on board with this battle for 5th place, as I'm just trying to see if I can catch Steerage's car. I can't really see Steerage's car. But anyway, that's Steerage. His race over. That's a bit of a shame there. But Oasis up into 5th place. So Oasis getting that job done there very well. So good job. I jumped that battle when I did, because, you know, otherwise it would have been very, very tight. As all I do see a bit of rain. Ooh. This could no one told me it was going to rain at the end of the race. Yeah, I do see spots of rain on Oasis' car. Oh, that's why Jack was going on longer than those for those medium tyre. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Oh my God. I swear these conditions were very similar to what I've experienced in ILR8 yesterday, except the rain in qualifying came a lot later, and the rain here came a lot earlier in the race. So, yeah. So I think Jack has timed that very well. So GG to Jack. And the ones who did a hard to medium strategy, fair play to them. They've timed that well as well. But I don't think many of those have done that, as I think Street Gamer's still on those medium tyres. And I think slicks on a dry track, as in slicks on a wet track, is going to be difficult. Will we start to see... I think if we're seeing... if we see like we saw last night, it is possible to stay on those dry tyres until the end. And it also depends on how hard the rain comes down, because it is different every lobby. Every lobby is different. Every lobby, it is not the same weather conditions. It is not replicated in any way. Meanwhile, Joker is up into 8th place, so he's got past Energy Fawn again. So potential good points for Red Bull on the cards as well. So that will be very good news if that turns out to be the case. So there we go. We're approaching the final few laps. Everything is crucial. Will we see people dive into the pits? People have got to be a lot more conservative, and Jack's already pulling away by 6 seconds. So if he does lose it in any way, it won't be that much of a deficit. This is going to be it's going to be a very hard few laps, I'd say. I don't think anyone will go to the pits yet. I don't think they'll go to the pits yet at all. To be honest, I don't see any point. And someone else predicts in the chat, if it rains, Cinnamon Rage will be fine. But let's go on board with Cinnamon Rage. He actually seems to be alright with those hard tyres. Meanwhile, Button and Energy Fawn are having a battle with Joker too. So, I think it'll be interesting to see who is good on those wet track dry tyres. It's kind of like a wet track dry tyre challenge, as Button's almost gone wide. Yeah, the conditions are getting a lot more difficult. I think most of these drivers are hoping the race to be over sooner rather than later. But we shall see anyway, as As we have got Button, I think, Indigo's challenge edited for now. I won't be surprised if DRS gets disabled soon, actually. Oh, his Button makes a very good mistake. Don't forget, in the rain, the braking zones are a lot earlier, so maybe he has misjudged it a little bit. Because I've noticed in my race yesterday, when it was these conditions, I had to brake a lot earlier because otherwise I wouldn't have made that corner. Here we go. Here comes Button on edited form. This could be his chance. Oh, they almost touched, but huge respect from both of these drivers as Button is up into 9th place on the circuit. So, but I haven't seen what the difference is for penalties. Meanwhile, Matt DJ on the way, hunting down on the races now. Things could change. I like this because the order can really shape things up here. I'm excited, you know. This is going to be fun. I can't wait. As 4 tenths separated between these two now. And I think, unless Jack makes a mistake, I think Jack is almost certain to win this race. And it won't be his first win. He's got a lot of wins today. And as we have got, I think he's going to try and catch up, but not quite. LCR Ben, no, but I don't think he's going to catch up to Street Gamer now due to these wet conditions. But if it was dry, he might have done. But we'll see as Jack is approaching the last few corners to sort of start the final lap pretty soon as well. Looks like the rain is not coming up as hard as it was in my race yesterday. The ILR3 Xbox guys are very, very lucky. Very lucky. Oh my god. Can we switch lobbies, please? Anyway, set to 2 yellow flag. I think we will see a lot more mistakes as the rain is still coming down. I think Joke goes past Button, almost hitting each other once again. I think we, again, like I said, we will... I think we will see a potential for a lot more slides, I must say. As Joker, ooh... 1 minute I thought Joker was ahead, 1 minute, and then next minute I thought Button was ahead. But no, Joker's way ahead of Button at the moment. I think they're making similar moves to what I made with a Red Bull driver last night. But anyway, here comes Joker. He's going to challenge Button. Here he goes. I think DRS will be disabled. I think ghosting is on because... I think Button, stays ahead now. Oh, Dazlad getting a penalty. So if unless Street Gamer doesn't have a penalty, Dazlad could drop a position. Actually, no, I think Dazlad will come away lucky there. Any other? I think the only other battles we could potentially have is between these lot, Joker and Button. And also Matt and the Wastes as well. But apart from that, no other battles. As Joker's going to try once again on edited form this time. Oh, they touch. Oh, they spun. Oh, it's a common mistake in the wet. Hopefully no damage is lost. Anyway, Jack comes across the line. He's won the race. What a good strategy, which paid off well in the end. He got those tyres to the end, and it worked wonders. Dazlad comes across the line. P2. Decent. Oh no, but it's not P2 because Ben doesn't have any penalties, so Ben jumps Dazlad and Street Gamer. Ben is up into P2. A great result for him. That will potentially promote him to the lead of the championship. Actually, Jack might be in the lead. I don't know, but I will look at it soon. Wastes in 5th, Matt in 6th. No, Hamilton's 6th because Matt got more penalties. Penalties can change things here. Button comes across the line in 8th. But will it stay there? Edited forward and Joker. Doesn't look like they're challenging. Joker gets P9 due to penalties. Edited forward gets the last point. Unfortunately, Cinema Rage, no point there. And I think we're waiting for the last person to cross the line, which will be ILR Bibbin. And wow, what a very good race. The end really shaped things up a bit, and I wasn't expecting it as well, so it really surprised me. Good job I didn't check about the wet race at the end. Well, were the other guys expecting it? I think Jack was, due to the fact that his tyre strategy, almost certainly. But We'll see. So well done to Jack there. Very decent result. I think he'll be very happy with that as he puts the trophy really high there. And it's a good tribute to the former Renault Sports Academy driver Antoine Hubert, who actually won one of his F2 races here. Sadly, he lost his life in the Belgian Grand Prix. So it is a fitting tribute, to be honest. So we are about to get your results for the French Grand Prix. I'm surprised I still have a voice at the end of this. And I'm doing another stream for another league after this as well. So I don't know how I'm going to have a voice for that. But anyway, here we go. Jack takes the win. His penalties. Ooh, I didn't know he got too many penalties there. But I think if he had one more penalty, he would have. So it wasn't that comfortable win after all. So Jack takes the win. Ben second. Dazlad third. Street Gamer fourth. Oasis fifth. Hamilton sixth. Matt 7th, Button 8th, Joker 9th, Edithorn 10th, Tim Rage 11th, Revolution 12th, Bibbin 13th, Expert Almond 14th, and your non-finishers, Steerage, Epics, and Blazer Guns. No one else challenged Jack for fastest lap, so he does get the extra point, so he gets the full maximum points here today. So, that is it for ILR3 on the Xbox. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys will as well. Like I said, since I have to dash after the stream, no podium interviews today. But if you want some more ILR action in Paul Ricard, make sure you join us on Sunday at 5 o'clock for ILR1 and at 7 o'clock for ILRs 2 and 3. And we will see you guys next Friday, same time, 7:30, for the Austrian Grand Prix. And I think Jack will be back for that. I'm excited. Austria was a very good race last time. It was one of the best races of the season, actually, last season. So I am very much looking forward to it this season. But anyway, have a good evening, whatever you're doing. And we will see you next week for some more ILR3 Xbox action. Good night.